This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This week, in our second Sunday of Advent, we focus on John the Baptist. And in this message in the Gospel of Luke, John the Baptist provides a lot of different things. But I'd like to focus on just one thing that's unique to the Gospel of Luke's story. See, John always goes out preaching repentance and offering a baptism of repentance for the forgiveness of sins. But only in Luke is it that those there ask him, in addition to repentance, what do you want us to do? And John answers in a way he doesn't answer anywhere else, where he says, those of you who have 2 cloaks, give one to someone who has none. Those of you who are tax collectors, don't collect more than you're supposed to. Those of you who are soldiers, don't extort the people with whom you're serving. It's an interesting reply. On the one hand, it sounds sort of like, oh, this is the Gospel of Luke with its message of radical hospitality. But let's think again of what it says. Those tax collectors don't take more than you're supposed to. Well, what is he asking them to do? Simply be good tax collectors, be honest tax collectors. He's not asking them to give up what would be their living, just don't be corrupt. Or then he says to those who are soldiers, don't extort those who are near you. Again, just be good soldiers. What does a life of repentance look like? It is to look like all the different professions and vocations that each of us have in every state of life, but to do it well, but to live it rightly, to recognize that we have been given gifts, and so we serve one another. As Martin Luther says in his famous treatise, The Freedom of a Christian, that God doesn't need your good works, and so in that way, we're completely free. But our neighbor absolutely needs those good works. Our neighbor is whom we are compelled to serve, and we do it in a lot of different ways. We are the hands and feet of Jesus, and interestingly, that's what John the Baptist ties to repentance. That's the model of what does it look like to live the life of repentance, is simply to live in the place where you are as God's hands and feet. This has been 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.